Welcome everyone, Kostin here with my campaign guide for Tzarina, Katarin of Kislev. This is one of the most difficult campaigns in the entire game, because beyond the issues that Kislev inherently has, issues that you can fix with certain mods, their economy situation, their supporter situation, their devotion situation. I'm gonna link a video at the end of this one where you can check out, where I talk about some of those mods. But I'm not using them for this video. But beyond those issues, you also have a hell of a problem over here. So to the north, you've got Azazel, Vlad, and Throgg. And you're almost certainly going to end up in a war with all of them. And even if you weren't for certain going to end up in a war with all of them, you'd still want to get into a war with them, because you want to eliminate them in order to secure Kastalton. So he's actually useful, and he's holding back Wulfric, because that's the thing. If you ignore helping Kastalton, Wulfric will just show up at one point and obliterate you. And if you ignore everything in the north, RhadigarTV is going to fall, Boris is going to fall, so you kind of want to deal with all of that. But at the same time, beyond the unholy trio over here of Azazel, Vlad, and Throgg, you've got Thrika and Azak to the south, you've also got Vlad to deal with because you do want to take his territory, and you've got Festus. And here's the thing, there's a high chance that if you screw this up, you can end up in a war with all of these factions. So Thrika, Azag, Vlad, Throgg, Azazel, Festus, that can happen. So how do you deal with that situation? Well, that's the purpose of this particular video. I do have to give great credit to Mercy the Mad for his guide on how to handle a Kislev campaign, because I am certainly going to use his Confederation guide for the purpose of this video. Though I'm also going to make some changes. I'm going to link that video in a comment for this one, maybe even in the description. We'll see. Regardless, the first thing you want to do in this particular campaign is you want to trade Zovastra for Plesk. You already started a decent relationship with the Tzarina Enclave, and you can actually confederate them on turn 2. One thing I want to point out here. All of the territories here, all of the regions, start with no structures in them whatsoever. Now, this particular settlement is always going to fall on turn 1 because the Norskins have movement range. The army of Prague is right here, so they're just going to take over this settlement. So even though it starts as a tier 2 settlement, they're always going to take it. Vlad is always going to take Fort Strogov, Azazel is always going to take the Tower of Praag, Kastalton is always going to take Zoishnik on turn 1. Now, this is recorded on Legendary Very Hard difficulty. On lower campaign difficulties, things will be different. Do bear in mind, I'm using some Autoresolve mods over here. The reason for that is, the key to a campaign success is not about, like, necessarily your individual battle tactics. Sure, you can win fights 3v1, you have the army, but the key to a campaign is ensuring you don't get involved in that situation. Besides, siege battles are very easy, but if you're playing vanilla, you will have to fight a lot of siege battles manually. Not the most fun experience, but that's something I've talked about in plenty of other videos on the channel. But effectively, a range-centric army, which Kislev certainly is, can win many sieges with minimal casualties. It's just something like every siege battle would take you like 20 minutes, but you'd do it. Regardless of that situation, so we're going to trade Zovastra for Plesk. The reason we can get this trade done is because there's nothing in Plesk, whereas there is a barracks in Zovastra. So that's something we're going to use to our advantage. Okay, that's the first thing. Toggle Flag of War, invoke Urson, and then we're going to go to war. But before we go to war, there's a couple of other things we want to do. Since we're going to end up in a war with Throgg anyway, might as well get military access and trade agreement with RhadigarTV, and then go to Reichland, with whom you start with Vision, and declare war on Kazarek. Kazarek is not going to bother you. He's going to be wiped out by motherland, or he's going to be wiped out by Karl Franz. Okay, because like Kazarek is the only faction that Karl Franz starts at war with, and the way the AI behaves is that the AI is going to try and eliminate its initial foes, or try and fight one war at a time, if it can. Regardless, then you go fight this battle. Now, this battle is very easy if you fight them manually. You just slow down these guys because you have Bitterness of Winter. Katarin has some abilities. You focus the Norscan Ice Trolls, and then you flank around with the Winged Lancers and Leopard. You kill as many of these guys as possible. It's highly encouraged to fight this battle manually, because even without resolved mods I'm doing here, I'm not getting as good of a result, anywhere near as good of a result as I would if I fought this manually. Because I would get better post-battle loot, so more devotion, because I chase down these guys, get more enemies captured, hundreds of them, and yeah, get a lot more devotion. Regardless, after you fight that battle, you want to get through to Marcher, because that's the only way you're going to get Vitevo. I think that's a misplay by Creative Assembly right there. Regardless, we take this particular settlement, we get another barracks right here, we start recruiting some Cossars right here. Actually, I'm not going to do it with Katarin. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get... Let's see, over here. Let's get relief columns. Now, you could get 2 growth structures in Kislev, but that's also going to help bankrupt you, because you need the money from the stalls. We're going to recruit through the load safe character system some ice switches, specifically ice switches with infantry focused. The way you can work this out is you start a campaign, you play it on easy, you train a bunch of these guys at rank 1, because they're the same cost as you would normally recruit them, and you get them with the traits that you want. Otherwise, you have to train them for the ice court. So, like, this is the thing about Kislev. This is a brutal campaign even doing all of this. So just remember that. And then I'm going to use another ice switch, also infantry focused, though this case Vanguard deployment and control. Going to move her right here. And we're going to get Inspiring Presence for Katarin and start getting gold storage. If you are playing any other Kislev campaign, you want to start with Ice Sculpting because you want that extra Frost Maiden. And speaking about Frost Maidens, we're going to do the same thing with Frost Maidens. We're going to use the load safe character system in order to get to Frost Maidens as well. Play a campaign as easy as Castalton or Boris Ursus in Realm of the Chaos. Save the characters you want. The traits don't necessarily matter for Frost Maidens. It's more, though they can obviously be very useful. But the important thing is you do want 2 of them right here, because you're going to be able to level them up and it's going to give you an advantage you want. But you can handle all of this without them. But it is important to recruit these 2 lords over here. This one right here for the sake of recruitment. This one right here for bait purposes and being able to take Igorov faster than you would if you don't recruit another army. So that's turn 1. Let's go to turn 2. Well, we will be able to get the Confederation going with the Tzarina Enclave. Now, with regards to Draika and Azak, the way to avoid a war with either of them is to pretend the Ostermark doesn't exist. Don't engage in diplomacy of any kind with the Ostermark, because both Draika especially and Azak do hate Ostermark. They both want to conquer it. So if you engage in diplomacy and improve relations with Ostermark, that's going to affect your relationship with Draika. And that means Draika, when she's done with Ostermark, she's going to look at you and say, maybe I should go after Katarin. Okay, so let me explain what just happened here. There's an army that starts over here in Fort Chikova. It's the exact same units that are present in the initial in the initial army right here. Now, the way the AI is scripted is that the AI is designed in such a way that it will... the AI is designed in such a way that it will try and attack you in vulnerable points. So, be it armies that are recruiting, or enforced march, or settlements that are building structures, all that. So, because I recruited these 2 armies, the AI decided to go after one of these 2. I think it decided to go after the first one I recruited. Regardless, we're just going to eliminate these guys. We're going to move Katarin right here, because they've already lost they've already lost over here their movement range, so right now just fight this battle, eliminate this army, and get the devotion. I wanted them deliberately to move out of that settlement, because that way I get a bit more devotion, though I won't be able to take that settlement right now. That is a bit of a downside, but it's not necessarily the biggest one. Okay, right now, go to the Tzarina Enclave, get the Defensive Alliance, trade Vitevo, and you get the Confederation. All well and good. Confederation on turn 2. Get rid of this structure if you have it here. You will have 2 barracks, and you also may be able to trade Plesk for Volsgrad. The next decision that you have is going to be dependent on what's happening over here. We want, let's say, a military axis over here. Okay. For the settlement, get another barracks right here. And what we're doing deliberately here is we're ensuring that Prague is not going to able to build up forces, because we're going to constantly trade settlements around, get more units right here. Actually, I'm going to go with Kossars with spears right there, because we do have the barracks. I'm going to keep those barracks. I'm going to use those barracks. And we're going to declare war on Azazel right here. They're going to be wiped out. If you're playing Kastaltin, you can keep them alive. You can deal with Azazel very quickly. But Kastaltin does have a different strategy in his campaign, but it is similar in some ways. Okay. So now that that particular issue is dealt with, I'm recruiting a Lord. I'm going to get Yetkich, and then I'm also going to get the Frozen Landing. I'm going to take advantage of that, of the invocation that I have, in order to get as much done as possible over here. Okay. And the goal is to deliberately bankrupt Prague, because that's going to make them vulnerable against the Norskins they start at war with. So the Norskins there will be able to stop them. Also, because we traded the settlement, so they moved into Volsgrad, they won't be able to recruit any extra units. And that's by design over here what I'm doing in this campaign. Okay, so Björslings right now, Björslings, they're going to recruit another army, not a problem. We transfer all of these units to Katarin. One of the things you can use, and one of the things that can be extremely useful, is if you've got an army that requires force march to get to a particular position. That's not great, but we'll work with it. Actually, let's just get rid of that church. Recruit more Kossars. Move over here, recruit more Kossars. Take Yetkich. Make sure you take Yetkich before you trade Volksgrad.
Kislev's dominion grows.
Okay.
Fortunate indeed to gain my attention.
So now maybe we can trade it back. No, but we will trade Volksgrad for money. That's all the money that they do have available right here. We can get a trade agreement, but that's not necessarily important right here. We just want to make sure that they're bankrupt.
So, take what's theirs.
In this situation. And right here, I wanted to get that church. They may build a church. The Tzarina Enclave may build a church. There is a bunch of RNG that's going to affect the campaign right here. So you're going to have to make potentially different decisions depend on the campaign difficulty you're playing on, but the principle remains the same. Over here, I'm going to get some Kislevite warriors, just right there. I'm using the recruitment cost benefit right here in order to just be able to recruit more units. And then we're gonna move on to the Frozen Landing with that Tzarina, with that Lord. Even if you don't own Chance Change, you can do the same thing. It's not really about Chance Change, it's just the extra benefit. What's important is getting those Frost Maidens, really, more so than anything else in this campaign. Like, the infantry focus is just the cheaper recruitment cost, but you're going to have plenty of money. It's just question, at least early on, but you might overextend yourself, and that's going to be one of the decisions you're going to have to make in this campaign. Declare war on the Rock Skulls, get a bit of extra money. If I had been able to take Forjakov on turn 2, I would have gotten even more money. And now you can see that my relationship with them is going to increase even further. And they're bankrupt. So use that. Take advantage of that. We're gonna move towards the Frozen Landing to take the Frozen Landing. Maybe even sell it to Prague. Hard to say right at this point. But yeah, we've gotten a bunch of money from Prague and the Tzarina Enclave. You gotta love using federations to your advantage. And Kislev is one of those few factions in the game that doesn't have any downsides to confederations. So that's what we were using in this particular campaign. Move this lord right here. And now with this lord, we can attack Igorov. And over here,
The Tzarina.
I could get the barracks. Yeah, I'm gonna get the barracks. So, one of the things you can do force marching is like you can use an army to force march to then move the units. Now in this case it's not gonna be necessary
Feel my power.
because
It suits me.
like it wouldn't be necessary even fully vanilla because like yeah, you could just wait for this and even your tired troops will be able to deal with this. Just occupy it. You can see that we gotten a bunch of units, and we also got an Ataman. We're gonna put that in Kislev city itself. Recruit more Kossars right there, more Kislevite warriors, more Kossars. And now we can trade
Together, our might
for
makes
Throgg,
right.
for Plesk. Right there. Improve those relationships.
For them.
And they're out of money, but we can use the diplomacy over here to get 2,000 for a diplomatic deal. It is absolutely an exploit. But it will work. So you can go to payments and demand payment 2,000. So they're in negative income territory right here. Also, we just removed the garrison. No, we actually haven't removed the garrison of Plesk. Okay, that's weird. Sometimes the garrison that does get removed, I guess if it's like if you're trading it to a faction, to a different type of race, that's when it gets removed. So that's something you gotta be aware of. Because an AI faction that you're trading territory with may not get a garrison. Regardless. So now we can even trade Vitevo for Zavastra. No. Vitevo, let's say Igorov for Zavastra. No, no, no. Okay. Well, we can work with that. It's not really a problem.
Leave now if you're...
I'm just gonna wait an extra turn maybe. I do want to keep control of Vitevo right now. And just wait for Yetkich. So they're on the verge of getting wiped out right here. Because they don't, like they just have these basic units. So they might be wiped out. RNG, of course, just RNG factors right here. And whenever you trade the settlement to the AI like this, you're also improving your diplomatic relations with the faction. Now, there's a penalty on Confederation until you have like 150 diplomatic relations, so that's one of the things I call this region trading. It's not even about the money, it's really about the diplomatic relations that I aim to achieve over here. Okay. Though, of course, ensuring that they don't have any money is a nice benefit, not gonna lie.
Report, Commander.
Okay, so Plesk for Jakova.
We are...
Okay, Yetkich for... Alright, they're still out of money. I am going to deliberately wait until... So you can see that I'm building those relationships and getting more and more money. We want them to hold Plesk.
No. Leave now if you...
Yes?
Tyrant! Bow to me. All mine!
Alright, just keep that as a war. And get more of these fellows.
For the ice court.
I think that's enough troops, so we're just gonna force march her here.
There is no alternative.
None shall question me.
Get Troll Country Pathfinder. You want that movement range, firing drills, of course.
Aids my ice mastery.
defender of Kislev.
Get the frozen landing.
The motherland widens.
And that gives us vision with Boris Ursus.
I greet you in the name of
Declare war on the
Kislev.
bloody sword.
What?
Very quick, very nice and quick lead right there. Start rebuilding that. Alright, Yetkich will be over in a single turn, and at this point the Norsemen should be able to take Prague out. Then Confederation should become readily available in this situation. And then we're gonna sell all of this territory to the Norskens and then wipe them out. Because we can get financial benefits from them, we can get money from them, which we do want to. Like, Prague is not building anything right now. Independent on the RNG, they might even have good structures in Prague. Like, they obviously built on turn 1, right? Okay.
Our foes are on the run.
Right. Okay, let's see if we can...
For them, but
Okay. Not there yet.
Ice Queen. For the
Just
people.
keep running right here. Okay, one more turn.
Who calls?
Probably.
obey me.
Keeper of ice magic. Seeking.
So just wait one more turn. So yeah, RNG does suck. Sometimes or many times. Just want them to lose Plesk. Should happen. Like, that's RNG, right? You can't really fully control it. But like, once they lose their army, they're gonna be a prime target for Confederation. Or maybe just next turn, they'll be able to... Like, if you can avoid losing Plesk, that's great, you know, but it's not really important right here. Let's see what's happening.
You're fortunate
There we go.
indeed to gain my attention.
So sell Yetkich to them.
We are
Because, like, once you get the Confederation rolling, don't get a military alliance.
we are
Okay, and that would be...
bow to me. For
About
I am
it.
a boy. We are
This was fortunate, but again, like, RNG is gonna play a role in all of this.
Whichever woeful.
So now we can start trading away all this territory, and we can get a barracks, we can get...
The Tzarina. I will make it so. Emissary of the
units
ice.
right there.
Kislev's chosen.
And we're gonna start selling
Whichever
stuff to these
woeful
guys.
deity
Although we
protects
could
you.
maybe,
It ends here.
if I
We'll
was willing to
spill
play
your blood.
things in a bit of a different way. But I think it's actually more... it's better
It is done.
if you sell this territory to them.
It is. Yes?
Ungrim? Okay,
Welcome
like,
to my
that's
throne.
rarely something that happens, by the way, but we'll just get it.
Onward.
It might bite me in the ass, though, with AZAG.
Ice
So keep that...
goes.
Keep that in mind, like, a lot of the decisions we make here are based on, like, oh, is this gonna work or not?
For Mother Kislev.
I speak for Kislev.
And now we get rid of all of these barrackses. Get relief columns in
For the
Prague.
Ice Court,
Frost Weaver.
sister of ice.
Boyar of Kislev.
Actually, we don't need to recruit anything here. Not right now. Gotta manage that money, that financial situation.
The Empire.
What?
Okay, next target, Fraught. Supporter-wise, we're far ahead of Castalton, so we should be able to win.
Winter.
And we will start getting Patriarchs. This was a bit slower than I would have liked, but all the same. Like, that's where the RNG comes in, basically. So we're gonna sell the Frozen Landing to the Norskins, sell all of the territory right here to the Norskins, and then we're gonna take it all back. That's the plan. You can do this with regular costers, though obviously getting a bunch of armor costers is pretty beneficial, undeniably. And now we get Caffeine Caravans. You're almost always gonna get some Caffeine Caravans at one point or another. It would have been good if I had been able to get armor costars by this point, armor costar recruitment, because I could have potentially gotten... Okay, so they decided to start the war.
Whichever woeful...
What?
Well, that's not surprising.
Kislev's long stand against chaos is admirable. Orson's
Let's declare war on village,
the dragon. Kislev's long stand. Kislev. Natural
and then
male
on the
ancestors
River
watch
Lords with the Death Hag fleet.
All bones on deck.
Of the Frosts.
Bit of a shame. Now I'm going to recruit another Ice Witch. That's going to increase my Patriarch capacity over here in the campaign. And we're also going to get more stalls right here.
Highborn son.
We
Prepare your
can
master's chambers.
stop
On their feet, Kislevites.
their advance.
The right to rule. I demand absolute law.
Like this army.
The ice calls.
Okay,
No
we got
higher.
enough turns.
Boyar of Kislev.
Just wait. Not gonna lie. This is not necessarily how I envisioned this.
The Snowbringer.
But that's what I mean, RNG. But you can control it to a certain extent, like you can prevent the
Let's hear what
Draco from declaring war on you. If
What is your demand?
you're just careful enough.
Defy chaos.
Sister.
Alright,
of
so let's
ice.
attack Fort Strogov.
Ice Witch. Make them tremble.
Over here, we're gonna start getting a bunch of economic buildings. The iron is very important. The barrels, the caravans. So, with them deciding to do things that way, I was gonna keep those barracks to sell them to them,
Call.
get a ton of money, but I guess the game decided, okay, you've pulled off enough bullshit.
Ice Queen. Frost
Okay.
fangs bite.
Honor your motherland. Storm Summoner.
There's a high chance that you will have a barracks over here. And
Here.
what I want to do here is I want to transfer a lot of these units to Katarin.
Kislev's victory was always certain.
In case she gets ambushed.
Of ice magic.
That's a risk with Skaven.
They are one people.
Like, they have a high chance of ambushing you. So we're gonna have to be a bit careful here, because... Like, yeah, we killed one of his lords, but he's got 2 extra. Well, certainly. Like, you can see Fraught is right there in Hell Pit. He's got another army. Like, if this army tries to ambush me, like, I'll just obliterate them. And I'm just gonna wait 1 turn here. Well, Vlad decided that he was going to try... Okay! A lot of people hate me now. Well... It's better to accept that deal than to end up being obliterated, is all I can say. Because if you end up fighting Vlad, that's gonna be pretty nasty. But now I'm a really powerful faction. So everyone wants a piece of me. Okay, we're gonna cancel that because it's no point spending good money on stuff. This battle is winnable. Because it's just a garrison and it's a weak garrison. Get rid of the barracks.
I am the storm.
Well, I suppose it's nice that we do have...
Weaver of the frosts. The ice spreads.
The snow break.
That is unthinkable.
Force right there, get more growth.
You may express reverence now.
The sea brings death.
Okay, we're gonna wait more.
What?
What?
I guess Vlad did not appreciate what I did with Ingram.
Goes.
It was not a Kislev.
We march forth. Winter.
Well, we're just gonna force march these guys.
Most prudent.
Risk of ambush is relatively high, but
The snow.
gotta take the risk sometimes.
Born to rule. Move. I command it.
Frost Weaver, the blizzard calls. Feel my power. Remember your
And
training.
we're gonna then march on Help It.
Kislev is
He
not
still has an army.
Storm summoner, beyond even I.
We sell Fort Throgg for Kastalton.
We are what? Boris!
The
Corsair of the night.
And we get those 3 patriarchs.
Patriarch of Kislev. Patriarch of Kislev.
No higher authority. A symbol of
Now you could
higher
decide that
parallel does-
going east from Volksrad is not necessarily worth it. And that's not necessarily a bad decision. Got some scouting right there. Get the settlement to a higher rank. Yes, you can see the financial problems that we're dealing with. So that's one of the reasons you might be tempted.
For the great orthodoxy.
Okay. Well, we at least rebuilt the main structure right there.
Boyar of Kislev. Kislev's chosen.
Storm summoner.
Let's get some Kislevite warriors. That's gonna bankrupt me.
Obey!
Celeste.
Wind shaper.
What options do I have?
Hold. What? In charge. Who call
There we go.
friends of the Empire? Come. Affirmative.
Obviously things might be different in your campaign, but it's like it's just basically taking advantage of these opportunities to get ahead effectively. So they're gonna take...
Honor
Well,
to
I mean,
your
I
ancestors.
don't mind.
Sure enough.
Might as well get some extra money, right? And they're not at war. So, yeah.
Smite Kislev's accursed.
Ooh, the funk. An ambush by Skaven. I expected it. It is unfortunate, deeply so, but hey. The Frost, like I did lose one of the infantry Vocus Dice Witch Lords. But Skaven are going to ambush one army, chances are. And, you know, it was a calculated risk. I felt it was worth doing in that situation. So as you can see, Ostermark is at war with both WAAAGH and Draga. Yeah, don't don't ignore that, because you will regret your choices if you do. How many turns?
This is my right.
Not gonna lie, this is not ideal.
Bow to me.
Though,
The right to rule. No higher authority. Cut them down.
it says heroic victory. I call utter bullshit on that.
Instrument of the... You must have traveled far, Kislevite. Iron. On behalf of Cathay. Attention.
Darkness comes. What? Who dares disturb my great... Definitely.
Celestial ancestor.
Yes?
Celestial General. Let us stumble through diplomacy together. Pray that our...
The dragon-blooded.
Bride of the Ice.
Defy chaos. Unleash Kislev.
Yeah, she wasn't able to recruit.
Of ice magic. I
Well,
am
what
the
we can
storm.
do
The ice goes.
is put
Kislev goes forth.
recruit on Katarin.
Frost winds carry me.
Actually, even another
Spread
one,
orthodoxy.
because I'm gonna put two.
Priest of the great orthodoxy.
Go with pride.
I'm gonna put two patriarchs in this force,
Patriarch.
so that if, like, the goal would be here to ensure that if they do ambush you, because they only have Skaven slaves, that you hold the line. Obviously, having tired troops and tell you what, here's what I'm going to do.
Your exhaustion. The blizzard calls.
Yes.
Sister of ice. Follow the path.
It undermined. Hearts of ice. Another province for me.
Another Ataman too.
I do it for Kislev.
Though I might lose that, so I gotta, yeah, move him in Prague.
One land.
Highborn son.
They can't ambush me. Like, the problem with, like, Kislev, even if you're tired and facing in a direct confrontation like this, you will win. But if you get ambushed, that's the risk with a Khazar army. If you get ambushed, that's when things get a tiny bit complicated. We're gonna get rid of this structure because we don't need it anymore. Gonna switch to control. And I'm gonna keep Fortress Throgg for just a tiny bit longer. I'm also hoping that they will, okay, so that went as well as I expected. I'm also hoping the dwarves actually do lose the frozen landing, because I've got other plans for them. But we'll find out. Like, they may lose Crocodrock itself very quickly in a campaign. I might not be able to trade Help It to them right here in this situation. Which, I admit, would be a bit... Alright, that... Wait, how... the frick? Oh, they got these Finiers. Alright. I know that Autoresolve result is bullshit. Though, believe it or not, it would have actually been more beneficial had I lost Prague, had I lost Volksgrad over there,
Never yield.
as opposed to holding on to it.
Kislev's chosen.
The reason it would have been more beneficial is that I would have taken it back. So, yeah, that's
It is what?
That's what it is, right?
brings death.
My power blossoms here.
The Tzarina.
A noble god.
Now, as for this particular battle, it might seem difficult, but I have enough movement range to attack multiple times, so I just go in, spend all the ammunition, attack again. Or you could attack the army outside of the settlement if you think they are not going
The
to retreat.
motherland fights as one. Take only what we need.
Alright, let's see.
Honor to your
Oh, we can actually still trade help it. Okay, so that was one of the things we actually wanted to do.
Fine.
The reasoning being is you want to keep Crocodrock alive. But now we got another problem. Kastalten.
With this, we stand against chaos.
This conversation could
It's not going to happen instantly, but
What?
one of the risks...
Ice Queen.
One of the risks is that Kastalten declares war on the Tzarina enclave. Alright, let's just recruit
Douse the
another...
home fires.
Sister.
Okay, we
of
got enough
ice.
armor classers with shields, so I'm just going to recruit a great weapon variants.
None shall question me.
So Finir giving siege attacker, okay. Fair enough, that makes sense. But it's not, like, yeah, I probably would have ended the turn with this army besieging the settlement. They would have still taken extreme casualties. Because, like, one of the mods I'm using also removes any kind of defensive bonus settlements have in a siege. Which, yeah, it's kind of like a trade-off, right? Over there.
Warm your heart.
Regardless.
Ocean's breath.
What do I do here?
Emissary of the ice.
Well, choices. Let's get marble. Growth would be nice, without a doubt, but switch that to control.
Ice Witch.
We're gonna sell this to Kastalten for a declaration of war against
Boyar of Kislev.
against the Winter Tooth. The reason I'm doing that more so is because I want Kastalten. Like, I basically just want to ensure Kastalten is doing something freaking useful as opposed to fighting. Yeah, as opposed to fighting the dwarves, because he has a high chance, especially if you give a help hit. If you give the dwarves help hit, okay, there's Azazel. Not really an issue. Like, if you think Azazel's keeping me up at night, it's like, nope, it's not Azazel that I'm freaking afraid of. Like, it's the fact, like, you'll see that there's 3 freaking Norscan armies. Yeah, that's the thing that I'm concerned about in this campaign. What are you guys doing? Should I declare peace? I mean, they're gonna lose, right?
Baron
Oh,
of the
fuck.
Make it
I can win, but I need to deploy
right
both forces.
to rule. March.
So,
Pain is irrelevant.
get Kislev to tier 3.
Mistress of Ice. My decree. Sister of Ice.
Hoarfrost. Guide me.
Kislev endures. Born to rule. I approve.
Because Azazel can't ambush us. We got enough units. If needed, I can even get those Akshina.
Goes the Snowbringer.
They are one people.
Yeah, let's just get 1
I
and
deserve
1.
Protection.
Gospodar by blood.
All right.
This is my province.
A step too far.
Lord of all.
Not ideal, but
One land. None shall question me. The Tzarina.
Alright, get those barrels to tier 2. I can also get Gotrek and Felix, though I'm not necessarily gonna need them right here. Though you may want to, like once you get this element to tier 2, you may just decide that, okay, I just want to get Gotrek and Felix. So this army is finished.
Whichever woeful.
I can get the peace agreement, let them go.
Onward. Hail.
He's at war with freaking Skarsnik. Ah, jeez. Usually he ends up in a war with usually he ends up in a war with Azazel. So this is an interesting situation. Like, I'm concerned about the Southern Oblast right now.
Northmen.
I am a pirate of the great ocean. What could you?
Okay, that's not worth it.
Slaughter the sheep.
Wait a bit more. Hello.
Truce.
I can declare war on the Blessed Dread.
In my favor. This is for the best.
Your will.
Clan Eshin, you kind of wait for a cafe and caravan from another faction. Like Miao Ying will usually end up in a war with him. Like, yeah, a full stack like this will win. Although I might even wanna. No, okay, so this army, like, I'm just gonna disband them after this turn, because Throgg is going to attack. He would probably win the Autoresolve, but he wouldn't win the battle. Like, between the garrison, 2 lords, invocate... no, I don't have Invocation of Urson. Like, Throgg has as many... The Norskins have as many armies as the freaking Skaven. The thing is, many of their troops are actually much higher quality than the Skaven. So that makes things more complicated.
Heed my words.
Okay, you're on your own, my dude. Like, I don't... like, until Azag is losing, like, I gotta be careful right there. Okay, so Azazel attacks, as is expected. But you can see that his army is pretty damn damaged over here. And it's like, there's no way Azazel would win this battle. You would have to wait for reinforcements, but just pulling in a corner, wait for those reinforcements to show up, and then snipe Azazel, slow down his army, and then, yeah, just, like, that would be it. In fact, the damage I'm taking here is substantially higher than I would in an actual battle. This is more realistic. And yeah, plenty of devotion over there. Make sure, if you're fighting the battles manually, make sure to chase down as many troops as you can. Keeping those winged lancers alive for Katarin is pretty useful. By the way, one particular benefit of playing in a corner as... get the devotion.
The winds of magic twist into a squall.
Yeah, that quest battle.
Winter.
I do want more armor Kossar, so...
A noble calling. Elegantly I go. I will permit rest.
Alright. Alright, time to get Gotrek and Felix. Because things are about to get even more complicated. Master Builder is always a great trait. I don't care about the recruitment cost benefit. The construction cost benefit, oh yeah, I do. Got that quest battle, but don't fight it. I mean, it's... This is the thing that annoys me about Autoresolve. Like, especially ambushes. The actual battle you fight there in the quest battle is pretty easy. It's not... Well, it's not necessarily easy. You still need a full stack of decent enough troops, but it's doable, right? I might... Kinda... Yeah. Maybe I do want an extra army right there.
Leader of men. I am a warrior of the dragon. Ancestor. War unceasing.
Child of the Nun.
Kislev.
General.
I will hone my
A war with Greasus? Why not?
The nation cook.
Aye.
We must find common.
Yeah, ignore that.
For the motherland.
Weaver of the Frosts. Only I may wield it.
Tor's Battle Hymn is always good. Hawks of Miska as a spell that you want to get your hands on.
A wondrous tool.
You're not really going to deal with a lot of missile troops in a campaign. Like the Tor Battle Hymn is because it gives a lot of melee attack.
It will render me unassailable.
It cements my power.
Okay. Yeah, I know I'm losing. Well, actually, I'm not losing that much. Like, I'm not going completely bankrupt right there. Actually, yeah, let's just get two regular, two armor costers right there. I'm concerned about Castalton, but I do want to wait an extra turn right here. If he declares war on Crocodrock, well, that's just another RNG. You gotta make these choices, right? Risk reward. It's worth it right now far more for me to recruit armor costars than it is to prevent a war between Castalton and Crocodrock. Also, I kind of want that territory.
I will tolerate no.
So if I engineer the war between the Wintertooth and Castalton right now, but it has a high chance of happening, so just be aware of that. An absurd outcome? Sure. Although they've taken damage. More devotion.
Take me there.
Invoke Urson. So the reason I haven't disbanded this army yet is because I can take Crocodrock with it back.
We are Kislev's finest.
That's the logic right there. Bit more money. Gotrek and Felix soon enough.
One land.
The greater good must be served.
Like, I know this, I know what I'm about to do. Okay, hold on a second before I do anything stupid. Completely stupid. Okay, so Katarin is gonna go right here with her troops. They'll be able to pull off a win, and it's gonna take several turns for that army. Like, Katarin can, like, I need the full stack to deal with Azazel right there. Like, you will need a full stack to deal with Azazel's territory. But this is this is really the question of when you start stretching yourself too thin, because, you know, on one hand, I got to tackle the issue of helping Boris versus taking Crocodrock, getting a war engineered right there.
So,
Yes.
The reason I gotta help Boris Ursus is because he's gonna end up in a war with Archeon. He's not gonna win that.
this is mine by right.
So it's like balancing a lot of balls over here.
Kislev's truth is also yours.
But I also need a defensive alliance with him. Just a defensive alliance, not necessarily a... Well, I guess he didn't declare war on the fricking... dwarves, but he declared war on Ostland, which is not ideal either. Because I want Ostland for myself. Oh, jeez, Castalton, what the hell are you doing, my dude? Ostermark is right there. Freaking hell, man. Castalton in a nutshell, gentlemen. Dealing with him in a campaign is that infuriating. Jeez, and I forgot to move the arm, but whatever. Freaking Castalton in damn nutshell.
I shall summon history's greatest blizzard to end.
Courage flows in our veins.
Well, that's what I get for making any deal with them. This is why you should never ever in a campaign deal with Ungrim or Ostermark until you're damn well ready for it. This is gonna screw me up. Kislev city itself might fall from this. Great.
Elegantly, I go.
Okay.
Strike them down.
Yeah, I should have known better. Should have known there was a high chance. You can win the siege battle. And if that army counterattacks, just deal with them as well. Kastalten. Freaking Kastalten screwed me up. AZAG is gonna demolish me right now.
Emissary of the Ice Court.
On your feet.
Okay. Not what I would like to do right now, but we got no choice. Time to emergency recruit a bunch of units. Like, you won't be able to win the battle, but what you could do... Get Con Queen. Like, you just want Con Queen here. And we're gonna engineer another war. Keep Kastalten busy so he's not screwing around over here.
As a dragon blood. Kislev.
What?
Your will.
None shall question me.
So, if you so much... So, moral of the story over here, guys, and don't do this. Like, I just thought, oh, it's, you know, AZAG is not necessarily going to declare war on me. Oh, he will. He freaking will, of course. Time to switch to capacity. Kislev said he should hold out against the siege unless he throws 2 armies against me. Which he might. That's where it gets, that's the complication. So I'm gonna have to send an army right there south to deal with that. But I'm just gonna take the lair of the Troll King. The garrison can be defeated. I'm also going to engineer a war between Kastalten. Telebium. So lovely. See, this is how this campaign can explode. But yeah, the best thing you can do is just... That's tense. But yeah, I'm gonna lose the entirety of the Southern Oblast. Oh, you think you can win?
Remember
Cute.
your training.
That is genuinely hilarious. Like, that's the thing, the Norskins think they can win, but like from a practical standpoint they can't. Like, forget the Autoresolve ones that I'm using. Like Kislev, like, okay, when they get more other champions, the dynamic changes. But
Do not tarry. One land.
I've been looking.
okay, so let's engineer that war between Kastalten and them.
Take what's theirs.
Well, you're screwed, my friends. Shouldn't have started the war with me. But such as it is. Alright, get more units. Recruit everything we can. And then I'm gonna send this lord over there to command that particular army.
We are Kislev's finest.
It's not a full stack. If it was a full stack, I would not have taken that battle, of course, because, yeah, obvious.
Smite Kislev's accursed foes.
Alright, so the Golden Knight.
A boyar for life.
Seriously? Okay,
I
just
accept
recruit some
only
more.
loyal men.
We can at least take 1 settlement.
There is no greater.
I mean, I guess it kind of benefits me from the perspective that I'm gonna get more supporters when I do reclaim all that territory, but let me be clear on this. Fighting AZAG and then fighting Dryka, because, yeah, guess what? We're gonna fight both of them.
Render me unassailable.
Is gonna create issues. Cancel that, he's gonna take the next turn. Try and get Gotrek and Felix.
Ice Queen.
Alright, and now engineer the war that we want.
Orthodoxy backs you.
So, Tower of Praag. Enter the war against the Sarl. He should be willing to accept that. Yes, he will.
Speak. I've been looking forward.
Get a peace agreement with the Sarl.
Is it time? But what?
Winter Tooth. So.
I'm just trying to stop him from taking Kislev City, but the tier 3 Kislev City should stop him. Like, even if he attacked it right now, well, he doesn't quite have the campaign movement range, thankfully. So I'm just buying time right here.
Defender of Kislev.
Yeah, just get more of these guys. Like, I should be able to stop him if he attacks Kislev City. But yeah, this is this is not what you want to happen in your campaign. Let me put that bluntly. And all because I could see Ungram. Joy. Oh, he's taking damage. Jeez. That is scary.
I shall summon history.
Nope. So, what's the value of Krokadrak and Kastalton, though? Well, they'll keep Throgg occupied, so he's unlikely to declare war on me once I'm done with him. And the army that I sent there...
Right to
For
rule.
real? Okay.
Prepare my tent.
Just screw it.
The ice spreads.
The ice goes. Honor your mother.
Now he's starting to get real units. Alright, now we get the hell out of here.
Hesitate.
Kislev, yours.
Well, Festus was first, at least. I guess I can take comfort in that particular situation.
Noble of the Oblast.
We need to get all of this to a higher level. Start getting hag witches. You go Trick and Felix to save the day. Oh, joy. Oh, what a mess.
The Empire.
True savages.
Hear me.
Okay. If
Kislev.
on next turn...
I return.
What ails
Yes, there's no choice right now.
So. Yes.
I see death.
We're in a war with Archaon, gentlemen.
Are they loyal to the motherland?
I know. Bankruptcy, but
Winter is our comrade.
gotta be done.
Such power, such elegance.
Who calls?
Let's see what diplomatic agreements we can get more
Attention. Instrument of the
out of
divine.
this situation.
What?
That the sea despises you.
Yeah, I
I can
guess.
feel her and
No.
Mutant.
Sylvania, maybe.
To Orson.
Leader of men.
They're over the Skaven.
I am a warrior of the dragon.
The Yes.
You dare. Thou shalt treat me with the respect I deserve, or die.
Yeah, let's declare war on Talabiam too.
I accept. I rule.
Be concerned about dealing with Talabiam because, like, the reason I don't necessarily want to declare war on Talabiam in a campaign is because the fact that many times in a campaign,
Orson's
natural author.
So.
Approach and
but I
make
can
your
declare
offer.
war on the
But I
Scalings.
make no promises to my ascent.
Yes. Worlds repel.
Messy, messy, messy.
Hail. Do not be intimidated by the throng of... All right.
All be slaves. Kislev.
Leader of men. The Celestial... Marauders all.
All.
The Empire.
All bones on deck.
Problem is,
Commander of the soldiery.
let's delay that. Obviously, I need the money, but there's other factors as well. Yeah, I did hope that would happen. Izak is probably gonna go on Fort Jakova. Oh boy. And I've played so many campaigns like Katarin where I avoid the war with both Draka and Izak. Alright. This is winnable. What you do is you use control large armies, because you're obviously not going to be able to win against 4 stacks, right? So you do the following. You won't be able to win, like you put the time limit to 20 minutes, you use control large armies, you deal with, you can, and hold your own against 1 army for a good length of time.
Feel my wrath.
That's what you do. Yeah, he threw two full stacks against me. But just in my defense there, you might consider that bullshit, fair enough. What I will say is that you shouldn't end up in a war with Izak. It's like, like you've kind of lost at that point, so it's like, yeah. Wait, Ostland, really? And Nordland, really? Seriously?
One land. Sail forth. The bluest of. Feel my power.
Well, we can get back our lands. Still not a good situation. So let's just keep marching. And what would happen then, like, he wouldn't attack twice. But what you'd be able to do is run out the clock. And,
My decision is law. Motherland never falters. Lord of all. Highborn son.
okay.
Whichever woeful deity.
Demon Slayer.
Ursun loves all.
A toad.
Crossbow.
Now. The blizzard take them.
And now we start selling to Astrogov. What I'm about to do is gonna be freaking hilarious. Wait, I don't see Astrogov. That's bad.
What?
Leader of men.
Ready. Be at peace. Very well.
Windshaker.
Yeah, vast majority of times what happens is Azag ends up fighting Dryka and Ungrim and he loses. Let this be a lesson to people watching this. Since it is very likely that he's going to end up in a war with Ungrim at the very least, like that's almost guaranteed to happen. That you shouldn't. Like, okay, I'm just gonna take Krokadrak right here, right back. If Nordland decides to take that settlement, I'll just take it for myself.
Noble of the
And next turn we take back Vitevo. Ungrim. Not now, Ungrim.
What? Heed me.
Attention.
Still no one at war with the Skaven, except the Death Hack
I
fleet.
am a pirate of the great ocean.
Leader of
Grieved.
I see.
Natural authority.
Anad. Kneel. Yes.
General. Instrument of
You need me.
Norska. Tribal fury. Sir, is it time?
Trying to see if there is anything I can do here.
I switch.
Oh, that gave me a bit of money, which I needed. As for saving Boris Ursus, let's see what Norland does. As for saving Boris Ursus, you should understand your secondary army is okay. So yeah, same idea, same freaking idea.
Fight for Kislev!
As for Boris Ursus and confederating him, you need to understand you can't defeat Archeon. Well, you might be able to pull off an Autoresolve win, even in vanilla. That's one of the things I do on a lot of campaigns. But you probably won't be able to defeat Archeon in a straight confrontation. Carl, hello there. I got solutions to this.
No.
The shield of the old world. My frozen kingdom expands.
So yeah.
Rosina ready.
The snow.
Gotrek and Felix.
Gotrek, journey son. Got a bit hairy there, my lad, but you fought well.
What malign beast must we face next, Gotrek?
Remember your training. An extension of the Ice Court.
Don't care who you are. I smash you.
Celestial General.
All right.
Greetings.
I can get the peace tree with the Winter Tooth right now.
Whichever woeful deity protects you, it ends here. We'll spill your...
In agreement. It's done.
Damn, they got a lot of money. Of course, the problem is Astrogov is now gonna hate me, but...
You don't care who you are. I rule.
If I want to ensure an even greater success against him, it might be a great idea. Right, over here I want to get pirates' weapons. So let's get lens crafters.
A gift.
Should be able to take the tempo. But yeah, 2 stacks of greenskins. Ugh.
I'll find another way.
But you'd use the battle time limit. One of the things I personally did in Rome 2, and this is how I did it, precisely how I did it. One of the things I did when I was playing Rome 2 on Legendary, when the game came out, there was an achievement to fight and win every battle and fight every battle manually. The way I did that is exactly that strategy. Like, if you think I just won every battle legitimately, no. That's not how that works. I took advantage of the timer expiry. So whenever I was attacked, I would just make sure that I was running down the clock. Now, it's difficult when you've got this many foes, but you've got enough troops potentially. And mind you, I lost a lot of units when Azag attacked the first time, and I probably wouldn't have lost a single individual unit. Probably a lot of models, but not the units. So you run out the clock, basically. And because you're a range-centric army, you can do significant casualties on the AI. Okay, over here, just disable collection. He's at war with Festus and obliterating Festus by the looks of it. Yeah, that's a nasty one. But if Katarin can't take this territory back, then there's other options available as well for that. Prague will soon be leveled up. As for Astrogov, since there is a high chance of you ending up in a war with Astrogov, here's what you need to know about that. Like, yeah, I completely derailed the campaign plan. Like, if that actually happened in the campaign, I couldn't win. I'd just restart the campaign, honestly. But here I do have a choice. Do I rush to try and help Boris Ursus? And help him in the following way. You can't defeat Archeon directly, but you can potentially sneak up on his main fortress and take it out by going for territory. If I get the peace agreement over here with... okay, so the Golden Knight is available. Let's get the Hero of Kislev, Icon of Kislev. Dismiss one of these regiments or renown, get the Golden Knight. Bit of... Alright, yeah, that's not gonna happen. There's no point in me even trying to do that because it's just flat not gonna happen.
On your feet, Kislev.
So I'll rely on Katarin.
We march. Leader of Kislev's warriors.
Yeah, so Ungrim is winning right here. So I'll rely on Katarin to take back Zavastra, take back Kaven. There's more other champions there, but that's a winnable battle. If it was more units, not so much. Oh, now he wants a freaking peace agreement. Good on you.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people, what they do is they go after Isaac very quickly in their campaign. If you think that there's a high chance that he will.
To what?
Okay.
Champion of the dawn on thy knees. Then and only then shall I hear it is done. Now!
Still financial issues. How much would Karl Franz give me for?
Come.
That's a lot. So forget the ports.
Greetings from Sigma. Indeed.
Well, hopefully he does wipe off Estus, because I would hate to have to freaking deal with that on my own.
I am King Leoncoeur.
Declare war on Bellicor? Well, I share no region with him, so why not? So Krakadrak is infesting Help It, that's fine. As far as I see it. I'll just take this territory. So I'm securing my side right there. Katarin will take back Zavastra. We're gonna get rid of this particular structure because we don't need it. Okay. That was a lot of money. But we'll get it back. So once Zavastra is secure and maybe even a big Kaven. This is why you shouldn't give in the temptation of what seem to be easy diplomatic agreements, because this is the thing, it's like, I made the deal with who became his foe, and it's like, Azag is, well, they're closer, I could smash their territory, including their capital, really good. Yeah, not a problem.
Smite Kislev's accursed foes.
Hey, that's the thing about Norska. Norska will constantly attack you, and a lot of these battles in Autoresolve would be like unwinnable, default Autoresolve. But it's like you didn't fight the battles, you corner camp, or you just even attack them directly and you win. The reason you win so easily against Norska and Skaven, to explain that, is because they don't have good armor, and you got a lot of range units. So guess what happens?
Honor your motherland
with these marauders when you attack them directly. Can I get another Patriarch? Yep. Why not? Though maybe not there. Though where? Up here.
Patriarch of Kislev. All the world is meat. I can. My hand hovers close to right.
So yeah, Taliban is gonna go under Karl Franz. You could go to war with the Empire if you really want to the entirety of the freaking Empire, but there's reasons why you may not wish to do something like that. That's a bit of a dangerous enemy, so...
Land for the taking.
Even slayers must rest. We may camp here.
Defy chaos.
Now we take Zavastra.
It will render me unassailable.
Next turn, I'll sell the Winter Pyre to Throgg and get a non-aggression pact.
Any friend.
Now, I can help Boris by taking this territory and selling it to him. That's exactly what I'm going to do right here. Oh, okay, fair enough. I guess I can recruit some armor classers. Let's get to Tzarina.
Tzarina, I need only the best.
Got a bunch of recruitment. I'll have money, because I'll be able to fight Katarin's quest battle soon enough. My question in all of this is, what the frick is Draca doing in all of this? Probably just standing there looking ominously, deciding who she's gonna eat for lunch. Yeah. That's... Oh, fine. Should have just taken the initial battle, whatever. But that's the genuine mistake right there. Azag. Even though Urim has literally taken his cattle, it's like, oh yeah, you want some trolls for dinner? That's... Well, you do have enough missile strength. No, you're on your own. I mean, at this point, it doesn't quite matter. It's just like a question of being able to take the settlement or not. That was just a bit too aggressive right there. Well, I know I can.
Defender of Kislev.
It's time to get some Streltsy, gentlemen. Also, I'm just gonna get rid of this structure because I don't need it anymore. Like, you literally just get it to pick up. I mean, you do want Sargar, don't get me wrong on that. Like, don't see that the wrong way. Alright, is Boris still alive? Yes. We don't have time to deal with the Beastmen. Most of the time I would deal with the Beastmen. Tons of money. That's the reason I took that settlement.
Do you know who I am?
How the frick did I get vision on Bastan of all people? I guess I don't know. Guess we'll never know.
Follow me to glory.
But yeah, we're gonna sell all of this to Ingram. The gold mine, again, it would be nice, but it's like, doesn't matter. Not quite.
An inelegant plan.
I'll do the fighting.
Great Kislev, we return.
Disband that.
Wasp. Yes.
Oh, tier free settlement.
For the Ice Court, follow the path.
Actually, economy is starting to look decent enough.
One land. With this, I guard Kislev.
Guardian's Call is a pretty decent ability.
Of the ice. Only I may wield it.
Defy chaos.
What you want here is Shield of the Motherland for that extra armor.
Of the soldiery.
Right here.
Strength.
Floor your hearts with Orson's breath.
Could an army like this defeat Astragoth? Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
Valley. Yes?
Law. The laws of...
I accept.
General.
Surprised Baston. Still, like, sometimes you get vision on factions on the campaign map, and I just can't really explain it, I'll be honest. Regardless. So we're gonna take this port. Oh, there it is.
Toast to our...
Okay, shit. Yeah, forget it.
Hang for this!
How many turns? 2 turns.
Emissary
I guess I'll give Boris control of this particular army. I mean, he did lose. Boris can defeat Archeon, especially if you give him proper armies. But yeah, now we got a bit of a tiny problem right there. Archeon is not going to accept the peace treaty in that situation. That army would have been destroyed, so it's just better to deny them the experience.
The ice goes.
From my perspective, at the very least.
I could freeze it.
Okay, I guess I can take... Wait, is the Demon Prince losing? He does seem like he is losing. So I gotta decide if I'm gonna go for the Tower of Torment to try and stop Archeon right there. Maybe reinforce... I mean, I can stop his secondary armies, like his vassal armies, all that kind of stuff, or I can reclaim the territory once his vassals show up. Like, yeah, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. But the long campaign victory condition is pretty far away, so we're at 118 supporters. We're 2 turns of Urson. We're gonna fight the battle of Katarin's quest battle is a cast battle, so... Like, yeah. It's gonna work out. The dwarves should be able to deal with... Or maybe they won't, because, like, obviously problems, but... You just basically want other people... Norse got to be other people's problem, essentially. That's the thing. And as for my armies over there... Okay, so Astragoth is coming in there. He's obviously going to be a major concern. And one of the problems... Like, maybe I don't want to fight the war with him, but the problem is, if I ignore him, it's going to blow up in my face. So maybe it would be good to keep the Norskins alive as a buffer. That's what I'm considering right now. Whether or not I want to keep those Norskins alive at the moment. Just one of those considerations. Like, just... filler factions. You know how I feel like right now? I feel like I'm Joseph Stalin, really, in a way, in the sense, like, one of the reasons behind the existence of the Warsaw Pact, of course, is the fact that the Soviets wanted they wanted a buffer, basically, between them and the enemy, or quote unquote enemy, the West, anyway, after World War II. So that's kind of how I feel like right now. These crappy, insignificant factions.
Ice magic. I will permit rest.
Okay, so go check in Felix. Sell that to Ungrim. Get the military alliance. Well, you cost me a lot, Ungrim. So
only to die in battle.
Really now.
Who calls?
Celestial.
What? Greeting the Yes?
One of the things to understand about taking an imperial territory, if it's not...
Aye. Hail.
Well, he doesn't necessarily like me. And I suffered so much because of him.
What? Yes.
Damn Dungrim. Although, to be fair, if you really want an ultimate faction to deal with Norsca, trade the direct line of territory from his territory to Norsca, and you watch Ungrim conquer like freaking half of Norsca. That means basically give him Troll Country, Tower of Karak, all that kind of stuff. It's viable once you get Confederation with Kastaltin. Though, keep in mind, obviously, you want to develop the Southern Oblast. But you can probably get it back. Or even if you don't get back, you have more lucrative territories available in your campaign. Okay, Katarin, we go fight that Crystal Cloak Bell. Never auto-resolve this if yeah, that happens. Okay, so our count is right there. Alright, just regiment renown right now.
Victory by blade and thrust. Descent bruise.
She's not on the Frostworm nor the sled. With Katarin, you just want to get the Guardian's Call fully maxed out. It's one of the few useful spells you actually want to cast with Katarin. Golden Aegis. No. Yeah, Ward Save. Allegiance points can be useful because you might be able to get some armies from Kastaltin, but all the same. Just... But yeah, you can see how much damage I took there. Alright. That's how you recruit Sargar, by the way. It's annoying, undeniably so. Let's get Norse Hatred. So the dwarves have taken the Winter Pyre. I might be able to get more with Ungrim.
The battle against chaos never ends. Champion of the motherland.
I also realized something. Yeah, we can use another load save characters. So this is what happens if you recruit a rank or Frost Maiden.
As is my right. Leader of Kislev's
anyway, we're gonna put Boris Ursus in charge of this one, so he's gonna go kick Astrogoth out of this, and we should hopefully be able. Like, I don't want to take all of this coastline because I'm not gonna be able to defend it effectively, especially. So I want to defeat Astrogoth, but not fully. Basically, get the peace agreement with them, give that hold to the Norskins. Eventually, Astrogoth will obviously return over there. I'm buying time.
The great Orthodox perhaps you are...
Just some money.
Yes?
Attention.
He's begging for mercy. Well, he bloody well should. Okay, so we got 2 cities of Kislev that are tier... they're high tier. We're gonna get Lords of WAAAGH. See, this is the reason why it sucks to play Kastaltin or Katarin. Is like, you end up so limited in terms of your heroes in a campaign, it's not even funny.
Disrespect me, and you disrespect all the people of Kislev.
Go deal with it on your own. You're good-minded. And if he ends up in a war with Wulfric, that's gonna be his problem. Also, the benefit, because you always know that you're going to be able to 100% federate Kastaltin, even if the supporters take a very long time. Yes, you'll lose a lot of heroes, a lot of lords, a lot of armies, all that. You're probably not going to get that much useful territory, but he will be a very high rank. Even if you have to rescale him, you don't have to level him up on your own. So, Throgg right now is like begging for mercy. The dwarves are coming. They want revenge. And the thing about the dwarves is that dwarves have a really good Autoresolve result. It's just like, yeah, it's like...
A light here.
We can defeat this, but not too fond of that. My war sleds, kind of, maybe.
Defender of Kislev.
Alright, so put
Champion of Kislev.
Boris Ursus in charge of this army. Hopefully he's not skilled up like a complete ass. It's not great, but it will do.
Faithful workers.
Money.
Winter's cold. I'll obtain exquisite trophies.
The Ungol Ergeson.
Boris Ursus himself.
As for what's gonna happen here,
Hag Witch. Storm Summoner. It is my duty.
Gotrek.
Eradicates them.
damn, he's only built a freaking garrison right there.
Your training. Empty their treasury.
Greetings. You no doubt have a request, I'll hear it now.
The Empire.
Past, present, naturally.
What?
Tribal fury.
A timely arrival.
Alright, peace agreement with the scaling.
Fine.
So unless Archeon himself shows up over here, I feel fairly okay with this situation. As for Astrogov, his army's gonna be pretty crap, because he's gonna have a bunch of laborers. So it's something you can defeat with a secondary army. Like, Astrogov obviously is no joke, but we now have Boris Ursus. So speaking about Boris Ursus, maybe I want to give him some items. I'm pretty lazy with regards to item management, I admit. One of the things that I could have obviously used in the battles against WAAAGH would have been to give that lord some items that would have evened the odds, so to speak. More money needed.
Celestial.
So.
General.
All right, there we go.
Stumble through diplomacy together. Ancestors.
What?
Is Snitch losing? It might.
Hag Witch.
Motherland needs men. Son of God.
So yeah, these forces would converge on Drika.
Who called?
Drika's powerful. You have to overwhelm her with numbers.
So be it. Yes.
Approach.
Yeah, I'm not touching Netherland.
Will. Champion of the lady.
Celestial.
I am the blood of.
Can declare war on Grom.
Past, present, future.
He might also be losing at this point. Yeah, he probably is. Yeah, he definitely is. So what the hell have you been doing? Nothing. I guess WAAAGH is the one that initiates a lot of those wars then? Suppose so.
Only the worthy may serve.
Get rid of this regiment of renown. And have fun. But that's one of the problems, isn't it? Finding... Oof. I don't necessarily want to do it, but... Yeah, Grimgor is coming. Yeah, he's far enough away that he's not really gonna be a problem in terms of attacking you. So you can use that. And he doesn't have enough... Astrogov doesn't have enough movement range to take out the frozen landing right here. My bigger concern, so I've got 4 stacks at this point. My bigger concern right now is Archeon. Right there in the Tower of Torment. Like, I'm not gonna hold it, to be sure. But I can inflict some damage. Ooh. A secondary army. Might be winnable. Especially if these guys retreat, which they probably will. For real? I'm all for aggression, but that's the most attack. It's just... It's because the Force March stance, that's why, if you want to know about it, that's the reason. Like, literally the only reason they attack. It's like, oh, these guys are on force march. We should be able to win. Yeah, no. You're not. I'm concerned about this, but...
Whichever woeful deity protects you, accept it.
Okay, if Astrogoth runs, and he probably will.
Boris Ursus himself.
No, he won't, because he's suicidal, he's stupid. Like, he thinks he can take me on with a bunch of laborers. Don't ask me why that is. Okay, that's an army.
The motherland endure.
But yeah, same crap.
Hear me roar.
So now Boris is ready to start going on a rampage.
I am the storm.
We're about to start going on a rampage against
Off we go.
Draika.
Welcome to my throng.
Nothing doing.
Do you just literally have no money?
Go on then.
Yeah, he's dirt poor. But now I get vision on. I guess they beat the crap out of
What brings you to the halls of my ancestors?
Skarsnik, which is far better.
Yeah. I do it for Kislev.
Hmm.
Forest hag.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a bit of attrition damage, but might be able to wipe these guys out, which would be a very, very good result. If I can get some Frostworms, I might even be able to defeat Archaon directly. I mean, they're not... Like, people have complained about a lot of issues with them, sure. But they can pull their weight. Alright, so 2 turns over here. 3 turns, rather. May need more growth. 4 turns. Okay. So you can see Kostaltin's having a good level of success right there. Dwarves as well.
I serve Kislev.
My concern here, if I declare that war, is that Draika's just gonna show up and... Like, you gotta be careful how you declare war on Draika. She can fight 3 stacks and win. Maybe not with just 1 army, but she can get 2 free armies. Yeah, mostly 2. Like, that's mostly what she's gonna deploy against you. Got some regiments renowned, but not needed.
A timely arrival. My warhounds have not...
Yeah, they got a decent level of money. But do I want to give it to them? Well, I mean, yeah. I do. For no other reason, yeah, okay, fine. For no other reason than defending this coastline is painful. I mean, I could sell it to the dwarves, I suppose, but they've got preoccupations already, and they're not gonna achieve more than what they already are. So, like, yeah, you could say, oh, let's trade them the territory, improve their economy. You trade them territory where they're at border of Archaon, they're gonna get demolished. Seriously? Oh boy, that's holy shit. Damn. Well, thankfully I do have 2 powerful armies there. Why do you think I sent them there?
Boris Ursus.
Okay, we're just gonna go to the border here, recruit some Hussars.
I return.
Will of the blizzard. The blizzard calls.
Out of my way!
Kislev never falters.
Frostweaver.
Would like more armor cossars here, but I'll deal with it. Could have called in the allies and then I would have lost half my military alliances. No joke.
It is my duty. On your feet, Kislevites.
Alright, right here.
The Snowbringer.
We're gonna get some frost worms. 2 of them.
It is mine.
Get that extra speed right there.
Bride of the ice. It aids my ice mastery.
Defy chaos.
Lost Tsar returns. Ursun's disciple.
Reseller is a good
Excellent.
trait.
It helps my homeland.
None shall question me.
Okay.
Attention, King Louis.
You come to us yet? Yes, yeah. Me.
Should I declare war on Marienburg? Maybe.
Sacrifices.
Kneel.
Da.
Champion of the lady.
Chaos. What? It is. What?
General.
Don't mess with me. What's your message?
That'll keep me afloat. But then I need more structures. Yeah, I'm not worried that Trich will come anytime soon. Alright, next turn we sell that to the Norskins.
Hear me roar.
And try and survive. Holy shit. What the hell? I mean, I've seen that's an endgame crisis style concentration of troops. Keep in mind, Boris is a legendary lord, so he has a siege attacker, but wow. That's a lot. Holy crap. Well, we can thankfully attack Draga and Vlad. Oh, that's a real interesting one, I gotta tell you. Okay, we don't have enough movement. Well, we do. Katarin just has more movement range for a while. Sweet lord!
The Tzarina.
Maybe I should send this to Legend of Total War in this. Holy crap, that's like, what the frick?
Merely adequate lodgings.
Okay, if they cross that river, I will attack. Yeah. Jeez.
The bear is with us.
Keeper of ice magic.
Beast Slayer.
Yes.
It says close victory. Oh man, that is something. Holy cow.
They invite death.
They are in force march, so we could possibly use that, but damn.
I not got all day.
That is something. Oh boy.
Kislev endure.
Well, obviously I shouldn't have attacked that, right? Like I should have scouted out. I was just curious to see like exactly what I was dealing with, because I like 2 armies. Yeah, I can deal with that, but that's like, I admit that is not bad. Like what I would do there would be pull back, pull back in that situation, but because I have enough money to raise it to the last end turn, but pull back and then You know, I rarely, if ever, in a campaign fight this many armies at any one point. It's just like very, very, very unfortunate that Vlad decided, yeah, I'm gonna strike first this time around. Because most of the time when I'm playing Kislev, it's like I'm the one starting the war. Not this time. Ooh, not this time.
Demon Slayer.
But yeah, that's Dear Lord. I mean, okay. 20-minute timer. Katarin doesn't quite have enough movement range, but they're not gonna all arrive at the same time. So we take advantage of that. We could actually destroy them by killing their leaders, then we'd run out of ammunition. So yeah, attacking this turn is a mistake. I don't think I've seen a battle like this in a long time. Like, this is endgame crisis bullshit. I mean, obviously these are not endgame crisis armies, though they are pretty large. Well, hope you'll enjoy that. Don't make a diplomatic deal with Ungrim, because this is what you get on your hands. I seriously blame Ungrim for this situation. It's all his fault. Oh,
Whichever
dear
woeful
Lord.
deity protects you, it ends here.
That was something. See you next time. And do check out my other videos, and again, special thanks to Mercy the Mat for his video guide on Confederating as Kislev. This has been an experience, I gotta tell you. See, that's the thing. That's the reason why we're a lot of us that are fond of Kislev are so disappointed with SOC. Like, this experience is not related to all of the fucking DLC. The DLC, like, oh, I got some ag witches, I got some melee units. Fuck that. What I need is a better economy. So that I'm not constantly playing with the bankruptcy meter over here. But damn. Because the thing is, that experience would still be there. Like, you'd still have to deal with all of this in a vanilla game. Jeez. What, is Vlad not at war with anyone? Oh, great. Thank you.